What up, YouTube? All right, I got another one today. This time I got a very, very clean 86 Corolla. These are one of the cars, personally, in my opinion, that if you're a car person, you grew up watching things like this on Initial D or just wanting cars like this. Skylines, GTRs, Supras, RX-7s, and 86 Corollas. They're just kind of a timeless car, in my opinion, and car people love them. Same thing as last time. We got the owner, Chris. And just kind of go over kind of like a build of the car, what he did, why he did it, and yeah. Just tell me a little bit about your car.
So pretty much I picked it up when it was just a turfed stock OEM paint car, and then got it restored, painted midnight purple. Didn't paint the engine bay, pulled the 4AG, painted the engine bay, and then put an SR in it from an S14 SR.
So I'm just curious, why didn't you paint the engine bay when you painted the car originally?
Because we didn't know what engine we wanted in there in the first place, and I wanted to drive it.
Okay.
I didn't get to drive it very much.
You didn't want to wait, you just wanted to get into it.
I just wanted to drive it. And then we swapped the suspension out, changed it from power steering to a manual rack with power steering knuckles, put JDM bumpers on it, red line centers, was it 14 by 8.5 negative 13 Watanabe wheels.
These wheels are one of the cleanest wheels I've seen.
With matching center cap, lug nuts, and valve stem caps. I thought that was cool.
I'll put some pictures in there. He's got some really, really custom center caps. We got a car going by. Hold on one second.
Let's run up.
Anyways, it's got some really custom center caps. I'll show those in a second, but I've never seen anything like that before. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, and then pretty much since I'm such a big guy, we did a fixed mounted seat with my Spark Evo 3. Vertex wheel extended so I can do my little T-Rex arms.
I noticed that when we were coming over here, actually. You have your wheel kind of extended a lot.
Yeah, that's it. I sit back kind of more.
Just more comfortable for you?
Yeah, a lot more comfortable.
All right.
And then we deleted the side markers, the antenna hole. I put an auto power 4-point cage in there. Lamar over at Prestige Coatings did the roll cage and the valve cover.
I like that you kind of matched the cage to the car. I don't know how well it's going to come on the picture in this video right here, but I like that it actually matches. I don't personally like when a cage is like black or silver and then the car is red or purple or green or something. Like, make it match, personally. I just think that that's really clean that this actually matches. You were mentioning deletes really quick, and I wanted to ask you, explain this.
Those are Solex door locks. Those are like the must-have for anybody with 86, just because they're awesome. They're not just a regular key where someone can just stick a screwdriver in to open it.
So this is kind of like a go-to thing for 86. Like, this is what you do.
For most of the guys, yeah, that's what they look for. Yeah,
I noticed that when we were looking at it earlier, and I just thought it was really clean. And I knew there's something. I knew that there was something up with that, but I wasn't sure what.
And then also I got some Aeromaker mirrors on the car. They're actually for an RX-7 FC.
The normal 86 mirrors are, if I remember correctly, they're just kind of square, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Square. I like these. I just think they look a lot better.
A little bit more of a clean design. The whole car is square in every way, so it's actually kind of nice to see something that's like slightly rounded, give a little bit more character. I mean, the car's already got plenty of character to begin with, but take a square car and keep it square, but add a little bit of shape to it. I think it looks nice.
And then also I have a carbon fiber hatch with a TRD style wing molded in, and then all paint matched with the car as well.
You don't want to have the carbon exposed?
Yeah, I don't like just having one black carbon piece on there.
Are you carbon anywhere else, or is it just the wing?
Just the hatch.
Or not the wing, the hatch.
Just the hatch, yeah, is carbon.
Did you ever think about doing carbon hood or carbon fenders or anything?
I did, actually. It just took a long time to find it. And then when I did, I was already ready to start my next project.
Yeah.
So I didn't buy it.
Kind of over it at that point.
Yeah, just kind of over it.
So, I'm an 86 fan, but I'm not the most knowledgeable on them. Are your indicators different? Because to me, they don't look like what I'm used to seeing on an 86.
So these are the JDM turn signals for the the Kooky or the Koki, however you want to say it, JDM bumper with a Zenki Torino lip modified to fit, and then it's pretty much two-tone paint matched.
I love this paint. I actually had to ask him when I first saw the car. When I saw it on Instagram, I thought, okay, it's purple, it's cool. But when I saw it in person, I'm like, wait, this is a Nissan color, right? And sure enough, this is R32 color, right? If I remember correctly?
Yep. So pretty much, I'm a big Nissan guy, and so this is pretty much a Toyota that wanted to be a Nissan its whole life. So it's pretty much Nissan paint, Nissan motor, some other odds and ends that are out of my Nissan, like my racing seat. And
so speaking of Nissan, you want to pop the motor? Or
yeah.
Pop the hood, show us the motor? So tell us a little bit about what you got going on in here.
So pretty much, I was in between swaps, and a buddy of mine had a friend who had a Corolla with SR in it. Corolla's pretty much thrashed, so I pulled the drivetrain, sold the Corolla to someone who wanted to track it, pretty much. And my buddy Justin at JWT out in Modesto did the custom wiring, and then also the custom intercooler piping. And pretty much, you don't really need to do much to make an SR fit to a Corolla. All you have to do is space out the subframe.
All right. Not really getting on the video too well, so I'll take some pictures and I'll dub the pictures in, but it's clean. And then eventually you got around to actually painting the engine bay as well.
Pretty much we painted the engine bay before we put the motor in.
Okay.
So it was kind of a hectic time and pretty stressful to try to put a SR20 into Ae86 without with it already being a fresh paint job.
And you were saying at first you weren't sure what motor you wanted to put into it, so
yeah,
makes
so
sense.
I couldn't decide between Honda or
yeah.
Nissan.
If you went Honda, what route were you going to go?
I was going to go F20.
Okay. I think you told me that earlier, actually.
Yeah.
This car is just so clean. Like I said briefly at the beginning, to me at least, and I'm sure other people feel the same, but this is one of the cars that you grew up watching things like this, seeing them in early drifting days, seeing them on shows like Initial D, or seeing them in video games or the early Formula D days. Like, this is the kind of car that you would see. This, RX-7s, FDs, FCs, R32s, R33s, R34s, I didn't really, for me at least, I was in the cars before those came out, so I didn't really see those, but this is kind of what I think of. Just the 80s, Japanese, just kind of cool style. They're square, but they have so much character. If you look at like American cars in the 80s, they're square and they're boring. Nobody cares about American cars from the 80s nowadays. Maybe the Fox body Mustang, but that's like the only one really. But Japanese cars, they're still in style 35 years later. I mean, I don't know any other car that's from the mid 80s that looks as good as this without going into like Ferraris and Lamborghinis. And then those are just so much more than this, so much more maintenance. Like this you can actually drive, right? Is this your daily?
No, this is a garage kept car.
But you could daily this, right?
Oh yeah, it's a runner.
Yeah.
I take it to the Bay Area like all the time.
Yeah, it's probably about like an hour away in traffic, in the heat, and you're fine.
Like an hour 45. It's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun car to drive. I just don't want people door dinging it or trying to steal it or.
It's clean. You want to keep it clean.
Yeah, exactly. So I only drive it when I don't really have to leave it sit for very long.
If you got somewhere that you're going, somewhere that you know I'm going to be here or whatever. Yeah, like this isn't the kind of car that you want to just leave on the street in San Francisco and hope it's there when you get back.
Yeah, I don't want to get stolen.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want this getting stolen either. So, have you done anything else to the body? Like I said, I am an 86 fan, but I'm not super knowledgeable. But there's a couple other little things that look a little different that I'm not quite sure about.
So, since it is an 86, it's a 1986, it's a Koki or Kooky, however you want to pronounce it. There's actually trim on each fender and quarter panel. And so, these fenders are actually from a Zenki, so they actually don't have the...
Go to the other side.
Okay. They actually don't have the indent right here. So what we had to do with the rears, we actually welded and filled in the spot where the trim goes.
Okay. So this is going to be different than like an 87 would be, for instance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to keep it as close to stock. I didn't like the trim.
Okay. So it
like
kind
the
of,
trim at all.
I mean, minus the mirrors, but it kind of looks how like an 86 would
Yeah.
look, essentially. Okay. All right, guys, I had to cut it really quick. There was a car coming up with some music playing, and I didn't want that music to be playing on my video and get my channel demonetized, so I figured I'd cut it really quick and wait for the car to pass. But with that being said, I think we kind of went over everything. Chris, I love the car. Thank you for letting me shoot it.
Appreciate it.
Like I've already said this 20 times, but this is one of like the cleanest 86s I've ever seen. Actually, there is something else I wanted to say. You're selling this car, right?
Yeah.
So this car, he wanted to keep it kind of like a daily-able, track-able kind of fun toy. But the next car, you said you're going to go like, kind of track, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try to build someone of a track car.
All right. Well, when you get that one done, let's shoot that car as well.
Perfect, yeah.
And then maybe we'll compare these two. If you sell this somewhere local, maybe try and compare them. That'd be kind of cool. But more videos coming soon, and peace out.